A monk used to meditate under a tree in the jungle. He would see a woodcutter passing by every day with wood. One day, he stopped the woodcutter and said, "You cut wood all day long, but you probably can't even afford 2 loaves of bread. Why don't you go ahead? There is a jungle of sandalwood trees there. If you cut some wood there, you will have enough food for 7 days." The poor woodcutter didn't believe the monk at first because he thought, how would the monk know what lies ahead in the jungle when he himself has never been there? But then he thought, what harm could it do to try? Who knows, the monk might be right. So, he decided to trust the monk's words and went ahead into the jungle. When he returned, he bowed down at the monk's feet and said, "Please forgive me. I had a lot of doubt in my mind because I used to think that who knows more about this jungle than me, who spent his life cutting wood. I never thought that there could be something better beyond this. I must be crazy." The monk said, "Now go and cut sandalwood trees." He started enjoying cutting those trees. He didn't need to come back for 7 to 8 days after cutting a few logs. He got a good price for those logs in the market. One day when the woodcutter was going to cut wood, the monk stopped him and said, "You are still only cutting sandalwood logs." The monk told him, "Go beyond sandalwood, there is a silver mine there, stop cutting wood. You will only need to work for 1 day and then rest comfortably for 2 to 4 months. Now the woodcutter started trusting the monk. Without any hesitation, he went there and found a real silver mine. He was so happy and started coming once every 2 to 4 months to work there and rest for the next 2 to 4 months. Several years passed by, and one day when the woodcutter was going to the forest to collect silver, he met the monk sitting under the same tree. The monk told him, "You are still only going for silver, go a little further ahead, there is a gold mine there." The woodcutter went a bit further from the silver mines and found a real gold mine. There was so much gold that it could change his whole life. After discovering the gold mine, the woodcutter would only bring gold back once and then enjoy a year in comfort without having to work in the forest. Years later, when he was heading towards the gold mine in the forest, he met the same monk meditating under a tree. The monk asked him if he would ever go further ahead. He told the woodcutter that he always had to remind him to explore further and not settle for what he already knew. The woodcutter realized that he never questioned or had curiosity in his mind to explore beyond what he already knew. The woodcutter said, "I am also foolish. I thought gold was the ultimate treasure," but the monk told to go further and found a diamond mine there. The woodcutter went ahead and indeed found a diamond mine. He became very wealthy and even built a palace. Years later, when he was returning from the diamond mine, he met the monk again. The monk scolded him for stopping at diamonds and not exploring further. The woodcutter had become very rich by then. He said, "Now leave me alone, don't bother me anymore. What could be better than diamonds?" But the monk replied, "I am beyond diamonds. You never thought that there is a man sitting here who knows where the diamond mines are. He must have found something even more valuable than diamonds. That's why he sits under this certain tree." The woodcutter grabs the monk's feet and says, "How foolish I am to not realize that the one who left behind all the gold, silver, diamonds must possess something even greater than those treasures. I never thought that there could be a wealth greater than these riches. I want to know what treasure you have that makes all the wealth of this world seem insignificant." Hearing the woodcutter's words, the monk responds, "That is exactly what I want to tell you. The name of that treasure is meditation." The woodcutter replies, "But I don't know how to meditate." The monk explains, "Meditation is very simple. You have gathered external wealth, now turn inward and sit comfortably. See what is happening inside you. If you have an experience, don't try to hold on to it, just observe. You might encounter the divine, but don't try to grasp onto it. Keep observing until all experiences and thoughts become peaceful. Remember, never forcefully try to end any thought. When there are no experiences and no thoughts left, you will remain in Nirvikalpa Samadhi where there will be no seer or seen, only emptiness. That's when you attain self-realization. The most important thing for meditation is patience, which should be so strong within you that even after many years, you are always ready to meditate.